Just 24 hours after court killed Donald Trump's most sweeping tariffs, another court brought them roaring back. What just happened? And what does it mean for America's trade war, the markets, and your wallet? Let's find out. A U.S. federal appeals court has temporarily reinstated Donald Trump's controversial tariffs just a day after another court ruled they were unconstitutional. The United States Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit in Washington paused the lower court's ruling while it considers the government's appeal. The court gave plaintiffs until June 5 to respond. The administration must reply by June 9. The U.S. Court of International Trade had delivered a surprise blow on Wednesday. It ruled that Trump had exceeded his authority in using emergency powers to impose broad tariffs. The court said only Congress can impose taxes and tariffs. It also found Trump misused the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, a law meant for national security threats. This ruling had halted Trump's so-called Liberation Day tariffs. Those included duties on imports from most U.S. trading partners and separate levies on Canada, Mexico, and China. Trump said those countries were enabling fentanyl to enter the U.S. Despite the ruling, top Trump officials said they weren't backing down. They expected to win on appeal or find other ways to enforce the tariffs. They also insisted the ruling hadn't disrupted ongoing trade talks. Our partners are coming to us in good faith, said Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent on Fox News. I have a very large Japanese delegation coming to my office first thing tomorrow morning.
Well, Brett, it seems highly inappropriate for the judiciary to wade in here when the Senate had the opportunity to override the president and didn't. So, in terms of separation of powers, the Senate has chosen not to exercise their powers, and the president absolutely has the right to set the trade agenda for the U.S. This administration is committed to fair trade, and we are striking the best deals for the American people, and anything that the courts do to get in the way, both harms the American people in terms of trade and in terms of tariff revenue. Brett, we have not seen any of that in terms of our trading partners. They are coming to us in good faith and trying to complete the deals before the 90-day pause ends. So we've seen no change in their attitude in the past 48 hours. As a matter of fact, I have a very large Japanese delegation coming to my office first thing tomorrow morning. There are a couple of very large deals that are close. A couple of them are more complicated. And as we saw with the president's threat of 50% tariffs last Friday, the EU came to the table very quickly over the weekend. So now we've got the EU in motion also. I would say that they are a bit stalled. I believe that we will be having more talks with them in the next few weeks, and I believe we may at some point have a call between the president and party chair Xi.
Many U.S. allies reacted cautiously. The U.K. called it a domestic legal issue. Germany and the European Commission declined to comment. But Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney welcomed the ruling, saying it aligned with Canada's view that the tariffs were illegal. Meanwhile, markets saw mild gains after Wednesday's ruling but stayed cautious. Analysts warned that legal uncertainty around Trump's tariffs remains high. Those tariffs have already cost companies more than $34 billion in losses and extra costs, according to Reuters. Separately, another federal court on Thursday also ruled Trump misused emergency powers for different tariffs, those on most U.S. trading partners and separate 25% duties on Canada, Mexico, and China. But that ruling applied only to the toy company that filed the case. The administration is appealing that decision too. Not all tariffs are impacted. Trump's tariffs on steel, aluminium, and cars imposed under separate national security grounds remain untouched by the court rulings. Trump's trade strategy once again sits at the heart of political, economic, and legal chaos, with high stakes for businesses, global partners, and voters. And this fight far from over.